an adjunctive tool to help men kind of rehab the penis. We often have men use it prior to surgery to optimize length, to facilitate an easier surgery. There's data to support that. Again, it's a use it or lose it organ. So as a long-term treatment for significant problems with erections, the vacuum erection device is not awesome, right? You can imagine you're with a partner and you're like carrying this thing around, like
going through TSA pre-check
exactly.
or going without TSA pre-check, yeah.
Right. But, we do have better treatments that are more subtle, more hideable, less embarrassing, surgery being one of them, pills being another. But yeah, I think vacuum devices play an important role. The other thing about vacuum devices that men should know is that you can get blood to flow into the penis with this negative pressure, right? But then you take the cylinder off and the erection goes away within 10 seconds, right? So you have to somehow trap the blood. And trapping the blood, we talked about in the beginning, is essential for keeping erections. So as the veins become as they malfunction as we age, or if there's more scar tissue around the veins after fibrosis from surgery, for example, those veins no longer could be compressed adequately. So what happens is blood flows in, but the veins don't get compressed like they should. So blood flows out at the same rate. Very similar to like a tire with a bunch of holes in it. Okay, so you can hook up an air compressor to the tire. It'll look like it'll get hard, but then as soon as you start to drive on it, it goes flat. That happens in men too. And so if men describe to me, hey, I can get an erection, but then I lose it when I start to try to have sex, or when I, with intermission, then I'll know that's probably a venous leak. And that venous leak can be treated best with surgery. But the other thing you can try are these constriction bands, where you're essentially trying to crush the vessels from the outside. Never use a metal band on the penis. Okay?
That also sounds really painful.
Yeah, no. As a urologist, I've had cases where I had to call in, use like a neurosurgical drill. We have the fire department, try to cut off these metal rings. I had one gentleman use a titanium ring. That is not a good plan because it gets stuck. So if you're going to use a ring or a band to support erections, which is a reasonable thing to try, use something that is,
elastic.
Yeah, there you go.
That would make much more sense than something that doesn't expand. Thank you to one of the sponsors, the one and the only Cozy Earth.